share where I'm going. So Laura was born and raised in Watertown, South Dakota. And so when I first did that, I decided to look up where Watertown was. And when you Google it, the first thing that comes up, you go to this website, and Watertown is under the big cities of South Dakota with a massive population of 20,000 people. So after 18 years in Watertown, she decided it was time to move to the big city. So she attended McAllister in the Twin Cities. She majored in chemistry and did research in organic chemistry under Professor Boyle. So other illustrious graduates of the Boyle Lab include our very own Richmond Sarkar. So when Laura was deciding about graduate school, it seems pretty clear that, coming to Berkeley and working for Richmond were a natural fit. So that's about all for her biography. So I was looking for some interesting stories about Laura, and I emailed some of her friends from college, and this is what one of them said. So if you're having a hard time coming up with embarrassing stories about Laura, you know her well. So I was trying to think a little bit harder about this. I thought back to the beginning of when we were starting at Berkeley in labs, and I remember one day she came to me and she's like, Scott, I ran this really large-scale Wittig reaction, and I put a column on it, Chase load the whole thing on me. And I was like, I'm not really sure, just go talk to Richard, I'm sure he has good ideas. So later that day, I stopped by, to see how the column went, and she just had this look of shock and horror, and just pointed at her hood. Look in there! And I looked, and her column was in destruction, with a dowel rod dumped down the column. And whatever, Richmond just told me the whole thing, and then I couldn't even push air through it. It kept popping off. And Richmond's solution was just take this dowel rod. Yeah, So, being from South Dakota, it's pretty acclimated to cold weather. And this is particularly evident on our recent trip up to Lake Powell. So they're all sitting in the hot tub, and, someone has a good idea that, let's, jump out of the hot tub, down the hill, and jump back in. And someone was like, you know what, I'm from South Dakota. You guys do better than that. So they decide that they're going to get out of the hot tub, roll down this hill, covered with snow, and then go back into the hot tub. And you can do it the fastest. No hesitation, or just jumps out of the hot tub, rolls down this whole hill, gets back in the hot tub. She's like, it wasn't that bad. South Dakota winters are colder. So, thinking about Laura's hobbies that are kind of things, she has some Irish heritage. This really comes out of the fact that she, plays the bagpipes, and also participated in Highland dancing. So you guys just Laura dancing, river dance. But she didn't do this for fun. She competed in this, and she was quick to point out that she won the sword dancing competition. So thinking a little bit more deep, she's fairly stoic most of the time, not a lot of emotion. But the one hobby that she's truly passionate about is stalking Bruce Campbell. So this first came out when I mentioned to her that they were doing a classic at Berkeley Cinema, and they were showing Army of Darkness. And so she's like, her eyes just light up, and she's like, we have to go. No question. This is for me. So, this is the first instance, and then it started to come out later. I was mentioning I watched Superman on, TV later, and she was like, did you see the Bruce Campbell cameo? And to this day, she's the only person I know who realizes Bruce Campbell was in both Superman 1 and 2.
Spider-Man.
Continuing on her Bruce Campbell journey, anytime we, mention this, she tells you that, if you ever want, you can borrow her DVD of Briscoe County Jr., which is a series from the early 90s with only one season starring Bruce Campbell as a bounty hunter in the whole West. So, yesterday, continuing on the Bruce Campbell theme, we were walking the shot, and most people would be worried about their attending GRS. And instead, Laura's like, I was looking at IMDb and finding this Bruce starring Bruce Campbell is coming out soon. I hope I have my qualifying exam so I can go see it. So, I don't think you're hearing any more about Campbell, but I'm going to tell you about some really good work she's done in the cell phone group on social incidents.